Okay, so I think I made the aliens mad. Anyway, I get experiences every morning. It's just not out-of-body experiences and virtual reality experiences, or they don't do remote views with me very often, but those are boring anyway. But they have made me do some remote viewing, but I haven't talked about those videos yet. But anyway, they always create dreams for me every morning. So I just can't talk about every single dream. But this morning, so I mean, they give me experiences every day because they're always creating dreams for me if they're not giving me out-of-body experiences or virtual reality experiences. But this morning, Joel, I don't know what his deal is. I guess they're just not energized enough right now to give me out-of-body experiences or virtual reality experiences. So it's just easy for them to give me a dream. But, so I don't know what the deal is. But, so he's been turning me into a hermaphrodite I don't know how many times. I mean, for years, and for at least 30 or 40 years, probably all my life. But yeah, all those other times when I was younger, I thought it was just my own self making that shit up, you know? But it was him, you know, making me do all those things that, you know, and abductions, you know, virtual reality abductions or dreams or whatever. But yeah, so this morning he turned me into a hermaphrodite again. And this time he made me get like, it was weird. It was a lot more intense. It was really, really weird, but I can't say the details or anything. But then he put this guy into the scene, but this was just a dream. It wasn't virtual reality or anything. Well, all my dreams are pretty much virtual reality. Just not virtual reality. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, he put this guy in it and he did some things, but that's why I know Joel. I mean, he's always turning me into a hermaphrodite. I know he gave me this dream 100%. Because he put some of the exact same things in it. That one out-of-body experience, the out-of-body experience abduction that he gave me where he dipped me down into the tunnel and then stuck me on the train and then put me in the daycare center again. Yeah, he made me do something that this guy did in this dream this morning. But yeah, I can't go into details, but it was kind of funny. But yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why he does that. Like, I mean, I know some of the reptilians, they can be anything. They could be Hermes, or they could be male, female. They could be anything. But Joel is just a big time pervert, man. And I don't know why I guess he thinks maybe I should have been a boy when I was born or something. Oh yeah, maybe they messed up. Maybe the aliens, when they created me, they messed up. And he knows that. So maybe that's why he keeps turning me into a hermaphrodite. I don't know. So anyway, but that was just a dream. Okay, now this experience happened, well actually I don't really believe in, I mean, it's still all real. It's not really a dream, it's all real. Okay, but anyway, so this experience happened a few days ago. And okay, no, this experience was weird because it was like a virtual reality experience in a dream state instead of like my normal virtual reality, where it's just totally like you're there in 3D. I mean, it's no different than freaking just walking around in 3D. This was more like sort of like a virtual reality experience in the dream state. Yeah, it wasn't a normal virtual reality experience. But anyway, so I was telling the aliens, I was like, okay, if you don't give me any out-of-body experiences or virtual reality experiences soon, or those awesome virtual reality lucid dreams, if you don't give me any of those soon, then I just won't talk to you for about 2 or 3 months or whatever. You know, because then I figure, you know, give them time to rest or whatever. And so then, I think it could have been Venus that gave me this experience, because she has done, the female reptilians will do feminine things. They'll do like more, more womanly things than what the males do. And I know what Venus looks like, because she showed herself to me before she jacked up my house in 2014 under a virtual reality abduction experience. An out-of-body experience. That was like in 2014, and that story, that experience is on here. And so, yeah, maybe Venus was listening when I was like, well, I'm not going to talk to you guys anymore. So anyway, so yeah, it could have been Venus that gave me this experience, but this was not an out-of-body experience, and it wasn't a normal virtual reality experience. It was kind of like virtual reality in the dream state. It's really weird. So anyway, so this is how it started. Okay, I already told him, I'm not going to talk to you anymore if you don't, or not for a while, if you don't give me any out-of-body experiences, or virtual reality experiences. Well, most of them are both. But, okay, so this is how it started. And so apparently she was listening. And this is how it started. So I went up to the back door, where I always go out the back door to go play with the turtles or whatever. I went up to the back door, and the light switch, which it's exactly like the one in the picture, it just has 2 screws. Well, I looked at the light switch, and there were, so maybe they weren't, maybe she wasn't really mad, but maybe she was just listening and like, okay, well, I'll give you an experience, because they're kind of ornery. The reptilians are kind of ornery. And so maybe it's not that made her mad when I said that. It's just that this is how she answered me. Okay, so 4 screws were just dangling out of each corner. 4 screws. I mean, they were just dangling out of the wall from the light switch, and the light switch was kind of dangled out a little bit from the wall. And it's like the screws were just kind of like dangling down, like they were just kind of in midair or whatever. I mean, I don't know, I mean, it's like how they can't really stay like that unless you put tape, unless you tape the screws like that. But yeah, all 4 screws, it's like she had, like I say, she had jacked up my house before under a virtual reality experience in 2014. And also back in 2004, she did something similar as well. And I think I did talk about that one too. But anyway, Venus too, she likes to keep me, when she gives me experiences, she likes to keep me in my house or my apartment or whatever. Okay, so anyway, the screws, it's like she jacked up the light switch. All the screws were dangling out of the corners, just kind of extended, just kind of in midair, sort of. It's like she pulled it out of the wall and the screws were just dangling there. I don't know how they weren't, how they didn't fall or anything. Okay, so she jacked up the light switch, and then I went down the hallway, and I went to my left, and I went into the bathroom, and I tried to turn on the lights. I turned on the lights, like, up and down, and I'm like, great, there's no electricity. So I knew that one of the aliens, whoever gave me this experience, when I was in the experience, I was like, great, they jacked with my switchboard that's out in the garage. They tripped it or something, so my light wouldn't come on in the bathroom. Okay, and so then, yeah, it's really weird. Okay, so then I went into the front bedroom, and she pulled both crates. I have totes, 2 plastic totes up in my bedroom. So the cats can get on there, and I always just have like a towel or a blanket or whatever. And she had pulled those out of the wall. I mean, like, this time she pulled them like 6 or 7 feet away from the wall, kind of crooked. She pulled him away from the wall like 6 or 7 feet. And there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 or 7 blankets stacked on top. And they almost seemed like they were those Mexican blankets that I used to have a long time ago when I was younger. But I donated a lot of them, so I don't really have them anymore. But yeah, and see, like I do have like one towel on there, or in real life I always have a blanket or a towel. Now I have like a black lightweight blanket sort of on there, just this little black blanket. And but it's like, I don't know why she put like a stack of like 6 or 7 blankets stacked up high, and it seemed like they were wool. And those blankets are wool. I think most of those Mexican blankets, or at least they had some wool in them. And they were, you know, different colors and stuff. Just like this picture, they were all different colors and stuff. And so she did that, and I was just like, okay, so why, you know, I knew that they were doing this when I was in the experience. I knew the aliens were jacking up my house. I mean, you know, when I was in the experience, I was conscious of the fact that they, you know, jacked up my house when I wasn't looking or whatever. Okay, so then I went out into the garage. And it was really weird. My garage was like, oh my God, my garage was like 10 times bigger than what it really is. I went out into the garage, and for whatever reason, it was nothing like my real garage. It was like 10 times bigger. And there was like 2 or 3 women that were like walking into the garage. It was like as if I employed them to help me do some things in the garage. And it's like they were getting ready to clock in or whatever. And then I noticed that all the lamps were turned on. Like I had like 3 or 4 of those tall, cheap lamps that you get at Walmart. You know, I had 3 or 4 tall lamps in the garage, but in real life I don't. And so when I went out to the garage, all of them were turned on. And I was just like, okay, wow, they turned on all the lights too. And like I say, these women came in, and it was weird. It was like as if I employed them or something. And they were just getting ready to clock in or whatever. Okay, so then I got to think here, because I think I'm forgetting some things about the garage. Okay, so the lamps, let's see here, the lamps, and maybe I'm not forgetting anything. But it did seem like some other stuff was kind of thrown around and rearranged. I did notice that. And I was standing over there exactly where the light switch, the switchboard is, or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called, the circuit breaker box. I was standing over there in that area. And like I say, my garage was like 10 times bigger than what it is in real life. And all the, damn it, I know I'm thinking I'm forgetting some shit in the garage, but that's okay. If I remember it, I'll just put it in the comments. But yeah, the main thing was I did notice some, I mean, it was kind of like I had a lot of shit out there. Just a lot of stuff that I, you know, really don't have in real life. It's not that cluttery or anything. But yeah, in this experience, it was 10 times bigger. This freaking, my garage. And like I say, I had those tall, cheap, they used to only be about $10 a piece, those tall lamps. I mean, I have some in my house, but I don't have any in my garage. But she made it be where like I had about 3 or 4 of those lamps around my garage. And then of course, you know, when I went out there, I'm thinking, okay, why did the aliens turn on all the lights? Because I didn't, I never leave all my lights on, you know, all night or whatever. So anyway, and then of course, it was kind of weird, you know, women coming into my garage, you know, but it was like as if, it's like, oh, I'm ready to go to work now. It's kind of weird. But they know that I've been wanting to have somebody come and change the oil in my motorcycle. So, I don't know, maybe that's where she got that idea. But anyway, so yeah, so I was standing over there. I noticed all the lights were on, the lamps, all the 3 or 4 lamps that was in the garage were turned on. And I was standing over there, and in real life, that's over to the left of the garage. That's where I was standing, and that's where the circuit breaker box is. And so basically, that was the end of the experience. Okay, the bathroom, and then the front bedroom, and then the light switch. It started off with the light switch pulled out of the wall, basically. And then I went into the bathroom, and of course, they had jacked with the lights. Not they, but she. Jacked with the lights to make them not come on. And then, of course, she pulled the crates out of the wall. It happened in that order, exactly that order. I just know that I'm maybe forgetting some things from the garage. But like I say, if I remember, I'll put it in the comments. Yeah, and I wasn't really even trying to put it exactly in order here from left to right, but I did sort of put it in order. But yeah, so, but like I say, I was talking to the aliens, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk to you anymore if you don't give me any out-of-body experiences. And this is how this one being, which I believe was Venus, how she answered me. But yeah, and back in 2004, also what she likes to do, but this experience, like I knew when I was in this dream experience, I knew the aliens, I knew they were doing this, I knew that they had did that to my house and stuff. But Venus, she has a tendency, when she gives me experiences, she also likes to, when she'll throw me in a virtual reality experience, and out-of-body experience, and where it's like, I don't even know, I don't even know that I'm in a virtual reality experience. Like, I think I'm still in 3D. And then she tells me at the end of the experience that, oh, hey, you're out of body, you need to get back in body. She finally tells me it's like I'm having an out-of-body experience. Yeah, these beings, they like to screw with your head like that sometimes, and Venus does like to do that, but in this experience, she didn't. I mean, it wasn't really a virtual reality experience, it was just a dream experience. But I can't remember if I was really conscious of the fact that I was dreaming, so to speak, but I was conscious of the fact that I knew when I was walking around in my house, I was like, wow, I knew the aliens jacked it up. Yeah, so anyway, if I'm forgetting anything with the garage, I'll put it in the comments. Thanks for listening.